The New World Symphony by Anton Dvorak. This is our song. Well, I know you're wondering what to practice. I'm glad you asked. All right, first of all, these rhythms you'll see a lot if you have the melody. This 1 starts on 1, the dot is 2, the 8th note is the and of 2, the half note starts on 3 and holds through the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3, and everything is long and connected. And please remember that this is like our chorale, so we want to use da when we're tonguing, not ta. Ta is for maybe a march or something, not for this song. Da is much smoother. And guys, if you have a slur, pay attention to what's slurred and what's not. You got to know that. The other rhythm you see a lot if you have the melody is this rhythm, which is 1, dot is still 2, the and of 2, like before. This starts on 3. That's the and of 3. The dot is now 4. This is the and of 4. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And rhythm counting, guys. Dotted quarter you see throughout this piece of music. Got to nail that one. Now, if you're playing one of those long tones at the bottom, you don't have any permission to miss that rhythm. I know it's low and I know it's slow, but you've got to count while you're holding those notes out. Your part is the easiest, so just count. If you need to put numbers underneath it, then put numbers. Now, we know at measure number 29, the tempo picks up. It goes to 132 beats a minute, so it's going to get a lot faster. When you take a look at your part, if you have the half note into the 8th note, hey, this 8th note, this 8th note right here should be staccato, which means when you slur into it, which you do on this one, it should end quickly. Same thing here when it turns to a quarter note and 8th note. It should end quickly. Same thing here when it's 2 8th notes. It should end quickly. So this one, ta, this one, ta, and this one, ta. But remember, it should be ending shortly. And by the way, when you get to those 8th notes and measure 32, make sure you tongue the beginning of each slur. Ta, 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 ta. Don't get lazy, guys. Okay, now what is up with my trumpets? Haven't heard you guys yet playing at 33. Hey, that part at 33 is really important, guys. We got to really nail that. And you see it written right here. Half, quarter, quarter, dotted, 8th half, half, quarter, 8th, dotted, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we can read these rhythms. Make sure you are practicing these at home and get them under your fingers, guys. Yeah, and clarinets, you guys have that same melody coming up around 49. So you guys want to make sure you pay close attention to what the trumpets are playing when they come in. And look, flutes. You and first clarinet is really getting into the action at 57 with the same rhythm, but look, you have a pickup. Your pickup is right over here. That's the pickup 57. First trumpet, you're in there also. All right, low brass, I know some of you guys have been looking at this rhythm and kind of curious. Yeah, it's nothing but counting. That falls on beat 1. This falls on beat 2, but remember, it's an 8th rest, so it's only half of a beat. So this is the big and of 2. And then we play on 3, 1 full beat. 4 is a rest on the downbeat. We play on the and of 4. So the rhythm we end up with, since this is a rest, and since this is a rest, we have 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Count it out. Now, if you're playing the flute or the clarinet, alto sax, tenor sax, or trumpet, and French horn, you have a little bit of this, you'll see this rhythm. 1 and a 3. Oh, it's such a fun rhythm. 1 the dot is 2. Instead of an 8th note, we've got the and of beat 2, where we subdivided that 8th note into 2/16. Dot and a half notes on 3. That's simple. Then right here, we start the measure with 1 E, 2/16, and the 8th note on the and is not subdivided. It's 1E and it's tied to our quarter note. That quarter note falls on beat number 2. And then, of course, we got these 2 quarter notes simple on 3 and 4. So we've got 1 and a 3, 1E and 3, 4. And we know that this part repeats. 1E and 3, 4, 1E and 3, 4. It's a lot of fun, but you got to get it under your fingers, and that takes practice. And don't forget that big 8th note passage you guys have, 2 before 67. It's easy. The rhythm is easy. It's just repetition. But boy, is that not a finger twister. A lot of practice is going to go into that measure. Yeah, and guys, before 73, slow down. And then 77, speed back up. Allegro con fuoco means fast with like fire or with fire. Before we get into that, look at these rhythms, guys, we have in around 70 and 72. A lot of fun here. Got our little rest here that's 1 beat long. Whoa, this falls on beat number 2. Beat 3 is a silent one, isn't it? And then we have the end of 3, because it's right here. It's only half a beat because it's an 8th rest. And then here's beat number 4. So we've got rest 2, 3, and 4. Rest 2, 3, and 4. Pretty simple when you kind of think about it. This rhythm right here, a lot of fun, begins on 1, but it's only an 8th rest, so it's only the downbeat. That's the end of 1. Here's big beat 2. Beat 3 is all silent. And then here's beat 4. So it's rest and 2, 3, 4. Rest and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 4. Wow, a lot of cool rhythms on this piece. Alright, Cougars, the rest of this piece should be a cinch, quarter notes. So you know what to do. I want you to go home and practice. You got it. Use this video as a guide. See ya!